Hello everyone, welcome to this beginner's brief on resiliency. This should actually be a resiliency review for many of you because I've done other videos about stress and resiliency. I'm Lori with Behavior Education at Spirit Keeper Animal Sanctuary. This is going to air for Serpentes Sunday on June 12th, 2022. The ability of an animal to successfully cope with stress is resiliency. This picture of this carpet python is just so sad to me. This was taken in 2019 during the Australian bushfires, and it's clinging to life in this barren, burnt up, desolate space to a dead tree. Now, I don't know if this could be considered good stress coping or bad stress coping, but I think that this snake is fairly resilient, being that it survived a bushfire and it's still clinging to life. I don't know what happened to it. I hope the best for it though. There are different coping styles. There's bold, proactive, and active, and there's shy and reactive. Typically, it's thought that the bold, proactive, active coping styles are the ones that have better stress resilience. Stress is an animal's response to a change, and it can be good, tolerable, or toxic. Good stress is challenging or exciting and promotes learning and personal growth, but it's not distressing at the time. Tolerable stress is distressing, but animals can learn and grow from it. Toxic stress is always distressing, it's damaging, and it's always bad. Here are some key points to remember about resiliency and stress. Animals can cope with predictable stress better than unpredictable stress. Resilience to stress is a result of individual genetics, the environment, and individual experiences that that animal has had over its lifetime. Animals exposed to appropriate challenges during development, during training, during enrichment activities, or within their habitats typically show increased resilience or an increased ability to cope with future stressors. Here's a sign that has been associated with increased confidence. Exploration. Yes, that's right. Exploratory behavior is something that behavior scientists have associated with increased confidence in an animal. Now, I have a note here. You need to make sure that you can tell the difference between confident exploratory behavior and escape avoidance behavior or distress behaviors involving movement, such as edging along surfaces, glass pacing, or rapid nose pushing into surfaces. Animals living in or exposed to environmental complexity on a regular basis have been shown to be more resilient. If you want to learn more about that, check out my video about the neural consequences that captivity may have on snake brains and all of those associated videos. Here are key points to remember from this very short, brief review of resiliency. Good stress is challenging and it's rewarding in the long run. It does involve arousal, but it's not distressing. So at the time that good stress is occurring, an animal may be very, very aroused or feel very, very challenged by something, but it's not distressing. Increasing predictability helps animals cope with stress. Things are just less scary when you know what's going to happen. And resilience is coping with stress successfully and bouncing back from adversity. Here are some references that I recommend that you check out. If you're really wanting to take a deep dive into stress and coping and resilience, start with these references and then dive into Google Scholar and look up even more references that are cited within these individual papers. I've also done several other longer videos about stress, coping, resiliency, and also the neural consequences of environmental stimulation on your snake's brain. Here is a trivia question for you. So if you watched Serpentes Sunday 2 Sundays ago, I showed you something and it was on a different snake, but this snake is displaying the same thing. I'm going to circle it for you. This right here we talked about 2 Serpentes Sundays ago. What is the line in the center of the underside of the snake's jaw or mouth called? It doesn't look like this when it's not eating. It looks like a very, very subtle line right here. I'm not going to give you the answer in this video because hopefully you watched the other video. If you know the answer, put it in the comments for me. Well, thanks for learning. Please remember to always be kind, love your animals, and if you need to reach me, you can do that through behavioreducation.org. You can comment here on YouTube. You can consider becoming a patron by going to patreon.com/behavioreducation, or you can email me at behavioreducationllc@gmail.com. I'm also on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. Thanks, everybody.